I admit it's a play on words that I'm tickled by and honestly proud of as well. But it is a principle that we deal with as believers interacting with the broader world. I call it the impertinence of being earnest. The impertinence of being earnest. The play on words, of course, is with the play by Oscar Wilde, The Importance of Being Earnest. What we mean by, or what I mean by the impertinence of being earnest is this, that when you live in a world that denies the reality of a transcendent standard of right and wrong, a transcendent standard of true and false, you also are necessarily going to have a world that is bereft of teleology or purpose. You can't really have a transcendent goal, a transcendent reason for being, or a reason for doing. And so what you're left with is what one writer called the unbearable lightness of being. There's no weight. You're just fluff. You're that feather being blown about by the wind. And there are two ways to react to that lack of meaning and purpose in life. One of the ways is to mourn its loss. You'll see this in some of the writings of the French existential writers from Camus and from Sartre, who sort of have this bitter, heartbroken kind of posture towards this universe that they would describe as hostilely indifferent. The other response is eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. Well, both of these responses react very negatively to those of us who insist, in fact, that things are real, that beauty is real, that truth is real, that right and wrong are real, the earnestness that says things matter. Because what you get, even especially with that second group, is you get a kind of cynicism, what we call a knowing posture towards the world that's just so smug and cynical. The kind of perspective on the world that says, you can't enjoy anything clean and joy infused unless you do it with a sense of ironic detachment. That's the posture, ironic detachment, where nothing is serious. Everything is open to ridicule and insignificance. So when we walk into that milieu and say, things matter. In fact, even when we say to the unbeliever, you matter, you get pushback. Because what we're doing in embracing this earnestness is we are acting impertinent toward the dominant worldview of our culture. We're not bowing to the queen that is postmodernism. We're refusing to submit to the lordship of nothing. Which is what we're supposed to do, because the reality is that earnestness, that meaning is precisely the thing that they need. That cynical, snide, snarky perspective is a desperate front of a crying child who just lost his ice cream cone. And rather than face that horror, decides that ice cream is for suckers. Be strong. Be firm. Be willing to be hated and considered impertinent by those outside the kingdom out of your love for them, so that you can show them that there is a forever. There is an infinity. There is an eternity. and that right now counts forever.